Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video we're going to be going over Blake Snell BlockBuster trades. The Tampa Bay Rays are for some reason thinking about trading him. Crazy. Anyways, we're going to do trade video or BlockBuster for trade proposals for this dude, and because that's kind of fun to always just make up trades, so we're going to do that. We got 5 teams here. If you want to see me do Luis Castillo, Sonny Gray, Lindor, I think I've already done Lindor, Arenado, those guys, let me know, because I would totally do that. So yeah, but if you're new, before we get into this, if you are new, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. We try to upload as much as possible, just talking baseball. So yeah, let's get into this video. The first team coming in is the Angels. So the first trade is the Los Angeles Angels acquire Blake Snell, and Tampa Bay acquires Brandon Marsh, the #1 prospect in that organization, because I don't believe Adele counts anymore. So yeah, and he's an outfield bat, righty. I believe he's a right fielder mostly. He'll be a stud. And Tampa Bay will probably just turn him into Mike Trout 2.0. So they also are going to get left-handed pitcher Reed Detmers, who is, I thought was number 10. MLB Network, or not MLB.com says he's the number 2. He was this year's 10th overall draft pick. He's a stud. Going to be very good. And honestly could turn into the next Blake. He could turn into another version of Blake Snell. So all in all, because they're looking for a Tyler Glasnow, Austin Meadows kind of return package. Now, they're not getting major leaguers, but they're getting guys who are going to be ready in a year or so, which is kind of right in what Tampa Bay wants. They could make do for a year. I really do believe they could. So that is like a Austin Meadows, Brandon Marsh, and a Tyler Glasnow, Reed Detmers return. I think this is a good trade for, well, it's a good trade for Tampa Bay. From the Angels, I probably wouldn't do it. But yeah, why not? I like this trade for some reason. I don't know what it is. Tampa Bay is going to get a haul back in every trade. You're stupid if they aren't. If you don't think they are, Snell is going to get a big haul. So next up, I have the Dodgers acquiring Blake Snell for Keibert Ruiz, their #2 prospect catcher, and Tony Gonsolin, a right-handed pitcher. Tampa Bay is in need of a catcher. Dodgers have no room for Keibert Ruiz, with Will Smith turning into an absolute stud. There's just no room for Keibert Ruiz on that team, and packaging him to get a Blake Snell just seems like the perfect decision. And if you're going to be acquiring Blake Snell, you don't need a Tony Gonsolin in that rotation. And if you're Tampa Bay, you're getting a really good right-handed pitcher who's going to throw gas. He's going to be a good pitcher. He's everything you really just need if you're going to get a return. This isn't more of like an Meadows Glasnow, but you're going to get a solid prospect in Keibert Ruiz, who will be your all-star catcher, and Tony Gonsolin, who will probably work some Tampa Bay magic. And then the Dodgers get a rotation of Buehler, Kershaw, Snell, May, Price. How is that fair? It's not. I think this is an overall very good trade. I feel like Tampa Bay could get someone back in return, but I don't know. Tony Gonsolin is just so underrated and so good. He was the better out of him and Dustin May. No one really cared, but he's such a good pitcher. Honestly, they'd be able to turn him into a stud. His amazing in the regular season, amazing in the postseason. Was definitely a difference maker throughout these playoffs, the short season. Everything that he did had impact, and definitely was like the difference between a win and a loss. So Tony Gonsolin, Keibert Ruiz to Tampa Bay for Blake Snell. Next is my worst nightmare. The New York Yankees acquire Blake Snell. In return, Tampa Bay would get Clint Frazier, Devi Garcia, who's a number 3 prospect. He's a pitcher. And Frank Herman, or German, pretty sure it's Herman. He's a number 27 prospect. He's a right-handed pitcher. Hasn't played above high A, and in high A he had like a 4.70 ERA, but this is more of just like the real package is Frazier and Devi Garcia. Frank Herman is just kind of like another one. It's like if you turn into something, maybe we'll give you some. Maybe, just maybe, you could turn into something type thing. So yeah. Overall, I think this is a good deal. Yankees are giving up a lot in terms of Clint Frazier and Devi Garcia. But if it's to bolster that rotation that right now, in my opinion, is a little weak, it's probably the weakest out of the 3 competing teams. No, sorry. Second weakest out of the 3 competing teams in the American League East. I think you should take it. That's my opinion. Next up, I have San Diego going out and getting Blake Snell in return for Mackenzie Gore, a left-handed pitcher, their number 1 prospect. Luis Campusano, the catcher, number 4 prospect, and Esterio Ruiz, their second baseman, number 19 prospect. He gets thrown in there because I feel like San Diego, if they were to go out and get him, they would have to overbid what the Dodgers would do, hence why there's that 3rd prospect in there. Overall, it's a good deal for Tampa Bay. They're getting Mackenzie Gore, who's just, he'll be good. Luis Campusano, just like Keibert Ruiz, will be your all-star catcher. And then Esterio Ruiz can mix in whether you want him third base, shortstop, second base. You can mix him in wherever you want. Very good pickup. I think that'd be, if in the trade, he'd be the under-the-radar guy. Like, they'd be like, oh man, we gave up Esterio Ruiz. And then they'd be like, oh my god, this is what we did. You know? That's how I feel like that move would go with that. The final team actually hasn't even been connected to Blake Snell, which is probably going to get me some hate for this. But I think this deal, thinking more and more about it, it makes way too much sense to not happen. They want to get back to competing. No better way than to build a super rotation with this guy. And I'm talking about the Washington Nationals. The Nationals will go out and get Blake Snell. In return, Tampa Bay gets Jackson Rutledge, who is right-handed pitcher, their number 1 prospect. Seth Romero, a left-handed pitcher, their number 9 prospect. And Israel Pineda, a catcher, their number 14 prospect. That is going to be a huge haul, but for a team like Washington, who, like, why not? You're trying to get back into competing. This is such a good move to make. You don't have to give up Carter Kieboom. Yes, you have to give up 2 top 10 prospects and 3 top 15 prospects, but you're getting Blake Snell to go along, Max Scherzer, Steven Strasburg, Patrick Corbin, Anibal Sanchez, Austin Voth, whoever you want to get out there. It makes so much sense. I don't think they'd have to give up Austin Voth. I feel like they'd be able to work a deal around that, and that's why I have prospects going. There's just something about Blake Snell and the Nationals that just screams it almost seems like it too perfect, too good to be true. It's like falling in the lap, and it'd be like, everyone would be shocked, like, oh my god, but it'd be like, yeah, that makes sense on why they would go out and do that, because then you'd get Scherzer or Strasburg as your number 1, and then Scherzer, Strasburg is your number 2, Snell is your number 3, Corbin is your number 4, Anibal Sanchez or Austin Voth is your number 5. You would be stacked. That's the best rotation in baseball. I know everyone thought I was going to say Mets when I said super rotation, but I was talking Nationals. Mostly because I believe the Mets will get Trevor Bauer. But yeah, the 5 teams that I have trading for Blake Snell are the Angels, the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Padres, and the Washington Nationals. I also have a few honorable mentions in here. So first honorable mention is the New York Mets. Obviously, if they can't get Trevor Bauer, go get Blake Snell. It makes so much sense. He's on such a team-friendly deal. So there's that. I have the White Sox. Again, I don't think they're done. They want to compete. I don't think they're done spending and doing stuff in the offseason. And going out and getting Blake Snell would be a perfect fit. He'd be an ace at the top of that rotation. I think a Snell Giolito 1-2 punch is just, that would win you the division. Next I have Atlanta. You don't know what Fried's going to be like next year. I assume he'll be good. You don't know what Soroka's going to be like coming off of Achilles. So if you can get a Fried, Snell, Soroka 1-2-3 punch with a Charlie Morton, that way Blake Snell is comfortable in Atlanta. He's a guy he knows already in Charlie Morton. I feel like that'd be a pretty good deal to make if you're Atlanta. You're adding much needed starting pitching depth to a kind of a weak rotation in a sense. So, yeah. Next one is a bit of a weird one. I have the Seattle Mariners. I don't know why, but I could see this happening. Diehard Yankee fan, 447. He said this in his trade video, and the more I start thinking about it, the more it actually makes sense to do. I feel like Seattle's on the other half of their rebuild now. You know, this is like the rebuild goes like, right? And I feel like they're on the incline out, and getting a guy like Blake Snell to go along Marco Gonzalez would be such a good move to do. You got him going on, and you got, so your 1-2 punch would be Blake Snell, Marco Gonzalez, and you got Royce Lewis, Jared Klenick, who's there? Austin Nola was, Austin, no, he's gone. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know. For some reason, I just think this works. J.P. Crawford in there as well. I don't know. For some reason, I don't know what it is about this deal. It just, I wouldn't be. Well, I'd be surprised. Like, oh my god, the Mariners went out and did something. But I'd be like, yeah, you know, it makes sense on why they would do it. Just like why they went out and went for Yusei Kikuchi. Next up is a biased pick. I have the Blue Jays. I don't want to do it because I don't want to give up talent within the division, because you're gonna have to give up Gurriel Jr., probably Gabriel Moreno and Simeon Richardson, and I don't want to do that personally. I think you could go out and you can find better guys in a sense that won't cost your minor league talent going within the division. You just gotta spend some money or other prospects who went elsewhere. Lastly, I have Philadelphia Phillies with Dave Dombrowski. They're definitely going to be spending, so that would be another honorable mention. So yeah, Dave Dombrowski really goes for pitching. Look at the great pitching staffs he's created. Max Scherzer, David Price, Justin Verlander, Anibal Sanchez as a 1-2-3-4. In Boston, he created Snell, Price, Rodriguez, Nathan Eovaldi, Rick Porcello. That great rotation of that time, of like 2016 to 2018. That just solid run. So yeah, I do believe that Philadelphia, if Blake Snell was to be traded, Philadelphia would definitely be in there. I don't know if they have the prospect capital to give up that these teams ahead of them do. So that's the only reason why they're the last honorable mention and not the first, or even on my list, because of the prospect stuff, and you can't be giving up major league talent. So yeah, that's it. Who do you think is going to trade for Blake Snell? Do you think he's going to get traded? Personally, I don't. There's just something about it. I don't think he gets traded. But yeah, tell me if you think he gets traded, and where to, and for who. Were these trades fair? Are they completely lopsided? Which trade do you think makes the most sense on these? And yeah, we'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out. Goodbye. Be sure to subscribe. Share this with all your friends. If they like baseball, this is the place to be. Like the video.